Your Inner Entrepreneur is an ICE SPE for OCTI's Entrepreneurship in the Trades SHSM programming. This video will provide a short overview of the pre-event resources that can be found on the OCTI website. The Inner Entrepreneur SPE helps students explore entrepreneurialism as a career option within the related SHSM sector. It incorporates types of entrepreneurism, entrepreneurial traits, innovation, creative, and entrepreneurial thinking, and introduces them to a simple summer plan model. The content can be delivered to multiple SHSM sectors or customized further for a specific SHSM sector. If delivered in person, there's a lot of opportunity for student interaction. The modules are a mashup of the Ministry of Education ICE toolkit with a focus on the entrepreneurial aspects of the ICE program. The SPE starts with a pre-activity survey. This is directly sourced from the Ministry of Ed toolkit, and there is a follow-up of it at the end. You can see here a brief overview of the first three modules that should happen before the sector partner experience. The teacher resources prompt students to refer to the corresponding student booklet. So the OCTI website will have a teacher slide deck and a student slide deck, actually, and the slides are sort of a placemat style for each module. So the resource for the students can be printed or they can do it digitally. It's all laid out in text boxes. Most modules throughout the SPE have a related video included, and each one has a think like an entrepreneurial activity at the end to help encourage thinking that incorporates innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurialism. There are answers included in the teacher resource. Teachers delivering the content can customize and edit to suit the needs of their students. Module 1 provides some key terms and concepts related to entrepreneurialism. Module 2 is a bit shorter, and it focuses on the reasons people run their own businesses and the economic impact of entrepreneurialism in Canada. Module 3 starts with students brainstorming characteristics and skills of entrepreneurs. It then identifies and defines some classic entrepreneurial traits and has students complete a personality assessment and reflection of their entrepreneurial traits. Module 3 will take the most time as students will have difficulty thinking of examples of when they've demonstrated the different traits. And again, there is the companion student handouts in a slide deck. We'll take a quick look at some of the highlights and the layout of each of the models. So module 1 is what is an entrepreneur? This is an example of the slide layout that is typical of the entire SPE. And here is an example of the student resource and activity for module 1. What is an entrepreneur? The content is organized in text boxes, making it easy. Making it easy for students to add point form notes in digital or handwritten. Some of them could be spoken out as well. And here's an example of Think Like an Entrepreneur. So there is one for every module. These activities have been used in a variety of different entrepreneurial classes over the years, and they are kid approved. The students always enjoy them. So whenever you see this slide and the little brain puzzle, that is the cue that there'll be a little game incorporated in each module. So here's an example of the Think Like an Entrepreneur. And again, there's a corresponding sheet or version in the student handbook. And the answer key has been included in the teacher resources that you can check it out. Module 2, why become an entrepreneur? So this takes a look at the impact of small and medium-sized businesses in Canada, and it introduces students to the Business Development Bank. So a lot of entrepreneurs use that. We also in Module 2 have them brainstorming reasons to become entrepreneurs. And the teacher slide deck has some options as well in case the kids are stumped. Module 3, again, this one is the longest of the 3 pre-event modules. This will take a bit more time because we're looking at 12 to 15 different entrepreneurial traits, and then students are reflecting on times when they've demonstrated those traits. So you can see here a little brainstorm again. What characteristics and traits do you need to be an entrepreneur? And some graphics have been included to sort of prompt some creativity and thinking, or some ideas on what might be needed to be an entrepreneur. And common characteristic and skills have been identified here. In the rest of the module, each skill and trait in the teacher deck has been described. And then students, as they see the definition of what a risk taker is and being perceptive and observant and so on, they can, in their student handbook, jot down an example of when they have demonstrated this. So you can see we've got 10 different characteristics here, and then they do a self-assessment on what's their strongest trait and what they think their weakest trait is. Module 4 is the actual meeting of the sector entrepreneurs. So the OCTI event can be used for this, or you can invite your own sector partners to participate. So the OCTI event will be more trade-based entrepreneurs, but this SPE can be used for any SHSM sector, and schools can make their connections with to meet their local needs. So a slide has been added here in the teacher deck to edit. This is a template from the Slides Carnival that was used, and so you just change these around as needed with a little bit of specific content. The student companion worksheet for meeting the sector entrepreneurs. So we've got space for 4 different entrepreneurs. Those can be obviously changed and edited, but just something that so students can jot down ideas as they listen to their entrepreneurs. Check out the OCTI website for all of the resources for this SPE and for the overview video of the second half of the Inner Entrepreneur SPE.